GG.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy HateBreeD. I got another video. This is part 2. This has been spurred on from a video I just released about stop sounds, but it's got me thinking, you know, I got all these thoughts. So this is going to be part 2 of a 13-part series called 13 Reasons Why. No, I'm just kidding. It's there's no limit here. We're just talking about crap all. So get ready for it. All right. I came across the question, and it was, what is the worst gun in Unreal Tournament? And a lot of people like to think it is the assault rifle here. This is pretty bad. You know, it doesn't really hit them ever, and it's just not that great of a gun. I think the worst gun is the minigun. I hate this gun. I hate this gun with a passion. I can't stand the minigun. So let me explain why. Okay, when the game first released, when we were all playing, you know, there was no net code, and we all had a little bit of ping to deal with. So you join a nice server, maybe you had 20 ping, and it felt pretty good. Maybe you joined another server, you had 60 ping. And so what that did with this minigun here, it made it so everything's just a little bit behind. So no matter how well you trace the guy, he's moving, you can't predict. You know, you would have to predict with the minigun. It just wasn't that possible. So the minigun like wasn't that good. And then netcode came out, and it simulated 0 ping for us all. And that's when we realized this gun just does way too much damage. And the amount of pings that come out from it is way too high. And it was just a little bit too easy to use. And me being the big hot shot that I thought I was, you know, I thought I was better than the minigun. So I did the math, you know, I'm like, what does the most damage? What does more damage if you hit the lightning gun and then the shock rifle? That's like a really fast 100 damage, kill anyone immediately, right? That's fast. That's about as fast as you can kill somebody. So that was always my strategy. Get that lightning gun out and start hitting them with the shock rifle as fast as possible. So people would come at me. They bring out the minigun, and yeah, it put the pressure on. Now, I don't know why, but I could not handle the minigun. Put the pressure on. Next thing you know, I miss all my shots. Now, the minigun doesn't quite do as much damage as these other guns do, but it's consistent. So even if you're missing a few, you're still going to hit a lot of them. So it's like, that's what I mean. It's an easy gun, you know? If you're amazing with it, it does amazing damage. If you're not that great with it, it still does pretty good damage. It's very consistent. Whereas the shock rifle, if you miss, you missed. You missed out on 45 damage. That's a lot of damage you missed out on. So the main thing that bugged me about this was that people would use the minigun, and they would often use it as a rage spawn. So this is a very common spawn to spawn right here. Minigun's right here. They pick the minigun up, and they just come at you with it. And they just minigun you. It doesn't matter how good you are, they minigun you. And that's fine. You know, if I got 10 health, by all means, use that minigun on me, right? But if I've got 150 health and 100 armor and I'm stacked up, you better not be thinking you're about to beat me with just a minigun when I got all the guns in the game, okay? But they would do it. They would still try. They would grab that minigun. They would come at me. And when they did that, it made me so angry. That is not a big brain play. That is a little brain play. You are not thinking hard when you decided, I'm going to get you with the minigun. You're thinking, I hope he misses all of his shots, and the minigun's so easy to hit that I'm going to win this fight right here. And because I was a noob, I was just a noob, I couldn't defend it. And I'd panic, I'd miss all my shots, and it would work for them. And that was the most frustrating thing in the world to me. So after that happened just a few times in life, I decided, I got to teach these kids a lesson. I gotta teach these kids a lesson. Keep in mind, I'm 16 years old. Everyone I'm playing against is like 20, but I still gotta teach these kids a lesson, right? So what I would do, if anyone ever used the minigun against me for what I determined was too long, they used it too much, they abused it, it was too long they used this gun against me, then I would use nothing but minigun for the rest of the game. That was my revenge. That was my retaliation. Is I'm gonna show you how annoying you are by using nothing but the minigun against you for the rest of the game now. Now I realize in the moment, it didn't stop me from doing it. And I realized looking back, nobody learned a lesson. Not a single person learned that lesson from me. They just thought I was a jerk who liked to use nothing but minigun, right? That's not, I mean, I don't think anyone actually clued in and thought, hey, I just charged him with a minigun and now he's only using minigun. Maybe I should never use minigun again. But that's what I hoped they came to the conclusion. So that's a little insight to me and the minigun, okay? I hate the minigun. I still hate it to this day. The other reason I hate it, very last reason, is because I suck with it. I'm not good at it. I would try and rush people with it and, you know, where's my damage? It's just, it wouldn't hurt them. And other people would use it, and it would sound more like that. And I didn't think that was fair, so I hate the minigun. Well, there you have it, people. The worst gun in the game, the minigun, by far. And if I ever played against you back in the day, and I used nothing but minigun against you, now you know why. Now you know why. Never use the minigun. Lesson learned. All UT players out there in the world, never use the minigun again. All right. Okay. If you got any funny stories like that, or you remember anything, or you just got a gun you hated the most, let me know in the comments, guys. I just want to laugh about old UT memories together. See you guys later.